Well, he's the mayor whose fall from grace is now complete. Troy Thompson's web of lies was exposed when he attempted to defend himself on a current affair. A corruption inquiry is now complete, confirming he wasn't truthful about his army career or having cancer.
Are there any more skeletons we should know about now?
I hope not. But if there is, I'll own them. Absolutely.
Turns out there were more skeletons. Many, many more skeletons in Troy Thompson's closet. This current affair interview, the beginning of the end for Townsville's former mayor.
And I know there's a lot of stuff to deal with, but to me, I've put that behind me, and I actually really want to wave the flag for Townsville and fight really hard.
In Australia's biggest army city, Troy Thompson embellished his service record.
You know, I spent 5 years in the military in Perth. So I was in Signals, in Swanbourne, or Karrakatta, Fremantle, and SAS Swanbourne.
Were you a full-time soldier in the army?
Never, no.
You claimed during your campaign you enlisted in 1989 and served for 5 years. Is that correct?
No, so when I look, I honestly and hand on heart, I thought it was 5 years. I actually thought it was 89 that I joined. When I got my report, I realised it was 91. Those who know me know that I've had multiple concussions, 100 plus, and I suffer from epilepsy. That's not an excuse, but what it says is you're going to forget things from time to time.
You said earlier you haven't lied.
No.
If that's the case, would you at least concede that during your campaign you embellished the truth?
Look, I can't say that I can concede that because I didn't know my service number.
Evidence obtained by Queensland's Crime and Corruption Commission confirming Thompson was enlisted with the Army for 2.5 years, was solely a reservist and was never a member of the SAS.
Was it a mistake to mention the SAS pre-election?
I probably didn't say it right pre-election, but I certainly spent some time with people from SAS. I'd never purport to be a soldier of the SAS. And they're the most respected soldiers we have, so it's important.
The former mayor also caught out telling lies about his academic history.
This is a copy of your LinkedIn profile.
Yes.
It says there you have 2 degrees, one from Griffith University and one from Curtin University. Those have now been taken down.
Yes.
Why is that?
Because I never completed them.
Okay.
So I never completed them. But I started them off and then life changed. It was that simple.
The Crime and Corruption Commission investigation confirming Thompson doesn't hold any university qualifications beyond technical certificates, nor could they find any evidence of an esophageal cancer diagnosis.
I'd had stomach surgery, esophageal surgery, and I think for about 9 months I lived off a tube. So I'd really thinned out.
The Crime and Corruption Commission obtained copies of Thompson's medical records from 3 medical centres and 2 hospitals, none of which recorded a diagnosis or treatment of esophageal cancer. What they did show was that he'd had weight loss surgery and complications from it. Thompson's conduct towards his fellow councillors was also put under the microscope after allegations of harassment, bullying, intimidation and threatening behaviour came to light. He was also investigated for disclosing confidential information. The Crime and Corruption Commission sifting through some 7 million electronic records, including almost 9,000 WhatsApp messages between Thompson and an unnamed advisor. Messages like,
"I won't do anything until you say fire away."
I think we kick Joe in the balls, then punch the councillors in the guts a little later on and see how they cope.
"Should we send a media release embargoed for tomorrow? That way, it has been withheld."
That is essentially a dummy media release that becomes real after they decide to with you. Their reply to the letter will dictate how they become. I think they're probably having kittens about now.
It's tremendously disappointing.
Queensland Premier David Crisafulli with responding to the Crime and Corruption Commission's recommendations, including a detailed legislative review to ensure future candidates declare their qualifications and history and face penalties if they provide false information.
We'll be well and truly absorbing that CCC report, and my intention is to make sure that we close some of those loopholes.
Have you lied?
No.
Troy Thompson has issued a statement saying he did not commit any misconduct, wrongdoing or criminal offence. It's understood corruption charges won't be laid, but the people of Townsville have given their verdict, overwhelmingly rejecting his bid to return to the office of mayor at a by-election triggered by his resignation earlier this month.
Look, my life isn't golden, and this is the reason we're talking today, is to try and clear the name a little bit.
Well, Troy Thompson was offered an opportunity to be interviewed again. Knowing how poorly it went for him last time, it was probably smart to decline.